He's completely changed my life. He's made me, personally, a stronger person, a better advocate, to use my voice, to stand up for him, and to do everything that I can to help him, because he can't. And he'll never be able to. I know he's changed the hearts of so many people just by us sharing his story, sharing his journey, helping other families. I get so many messages every single week saying, how his light and his fight and his spirit has helped them along their journey of being newly diagnosed with epilepsy. And I know that he has a greater purpose in this life. I got pregnant with Ozzie in June of 2017, and everything was going really well with our pregnancy until our 20-week anatomy scan. We actually found out that he had brain abnormalities, and they referred us to UAB for maternal fetal medicine and to meet with a neurosurgeon. And that's really where we discovered that he had a condition known as hydrocephalus, which means water on the brain. So once we got discharged, we were home for 2 months, and that's when really everything started to change. We started to notice that he wasn't taking a bottle as well, like his suck-swallow reflex was having issues, and his head circumference had started to grow disproportionately to his body. So we went to see our neurosurgeon, and that's when he was admitted to Children's of Alabama for his first brain surgery due to complications from hydrocephalus. Unfortunately, the following day after surgery, he started having seizures. And that's when our whole world got turned upside down. So we were admitted to the NICU at Children's of Alabama, where we spent another 45 days. So we had just gotten out of the hospital, just gotten into our routine, and then our whole world was just taken by storm. So he had his first seizure on June 22nd, 2018, and he hasn't gone a single day since then without having at least some sort of seizure. During that 45-day period at Children's of Alabama, he was diagnosed with a very rare, they call them ultra rare genetic mutations, where he's one of 30 kids in the entire world that has a specific mutation called PPP2R1A. And one of the types of seizures that he was having is called infantile spasms. And that has been a complete nightmare for us. Infantile spasms affect less than 2,000 children in the United States each year, and they're a rare and catastrophic form of childhood epilepsy. And the reason why it's so catastrophic and is considered a medical emergency is because of the damage it does to a child's brain during such critical formative time and development. So with every seizure, there's potential to damage their brain. And it's really just taken so much from him. And so once we were released from the hospital after those 45 days, the rest of 2018 was a nightmare. We were in and out of the hospital for literally half of that year with different challenges, such as feeding, throwing up, more seizures, uncontrolled seizure activities, new types of seizures, you name it, and we went through it. So he's considered to have drug-resistant epilepsy or intractable epilepsy, meaning that no medications work for him. And actually 1 out of every 3 people with epilepsy have uncontrolled seizures, which is quite astounding. After you fail the first 3 medications, there's a less than 5% chance that anything else will work. So as of right now, Ozzie has tried 16 medications, including Epidiolex, CBD oil, and the ketogenic diet, and he's failed all of them. He's never gone a single day without having some sort of seizure. Well, after he's tried and failed so many medications, one of the big things for us is that The side effects are often worse than the actual drugs that you're giving them, and there's less than a 5% chance after each failed medication that anything is going to work. And we have no more options, really no more safe options. We've been out of those for a long time now, so we're left with nothing. So the only choice is to sit there and watch your child suffer from epilepsy, knowing that there's nothing you can do for him. And, some days he has hundreds of seizures. And, put yourself in my shoes, and would you want to watch your child sit there and suffer and not be able to help him, or at least explore other options? So that's why I want to pursue medical marijuana for him. There are a ton of studies out there, a lot of research, a lot of well-known research showing that children have been helped by using medical marijuanas. I'm fortunate enough to have a very strong connection through social media with a lot of mothers around the country. And some of them have access to medical marijuana, and I know how much it's helped their children. You can see a night and day difference in their personalities, their skills, their abilities. It really has affected everything, because epilepsy destroys the brain, and it steals so much from these children. It really makes them regress in all areas. And just by knowing these other moms that have access to something that I don't have access to, it's frustrating, it's disheartening. It really makes me angry, because I know that it has the potential to work for Ozzie, but yet we can't have access to it. I'm asking the Alabama Legislature to help me help Ozzie by passing Senator Melson's Compassion Act.